Hi, we are the Roundtable of Wraith. I am Sam, and this is Levi. You guys got to see his deck list for his top 8 Azalea, and now we're going to do some gameplay with the updated version of it for a very relevant matchup of Rhinar versus Azalea, which everybody sees all the time at all of their locals.
Absolutely.
Rhinar is probably my favorite deck, and Azalea is without question Levi's favorite deck. So this matchup is pretty entertaining to watch. It's relatively even. I'd say it's a 50-50 with slightly favoring Rhinar if he gets the tempo going ahead. It's a highly tempo-oriented matchup, and damage is very important because most of the time these games get down to, I'd say, sub 10 life, and it really just comes down to who can be the person to push through that last damage.
Yeah.
I think it's fun most of the time. We hope that this game goes a little bit more fun and is a little bit more interactive than some of the games can have. It does have a certain level of variance in it, not quite like Chain, but more so in it depends on who, how the hands are lining up for the pushes for each individual player. So
For sure.
yeah, let's low roll 3. Do you have anything to add while we are rolling it up?
No, just one of the interesting things on the health that we're talking about is both of these decks can push through either with Dominate or Intimidate. So anytime you're below like 10 health is kind of in the danger zone as opposed to being, you can get a lot lower against other decks.
Yeah.
And you won the low roll.
Yep, so I will go first. Whoever wins the die roll wants to go first in this matchup because we both have the ability to push through unstoppable damage. So being that I'm going first, I have a pretty subpar hand going first. So I'll roll the scabs. 4. I have rolling pretty good. I will... A little bit of an awkward hand to kind of try to get this going. I guess not. I will Barraging Beatdown blue. 1. And then I will pitch 3 for a Mandible Claw for either 5 or 3. With 1 floating.
Not exactly the position I want to be in. I think I want to just leak 2. So I'm going to go ahead and block 3.
Okay.
Taking 2.
Takes 2. And I'll use my last resource for a Savage Swing, pitching a Beast Within. I'm just going to banish the Smash Instinct off the top. Lose 1, and then an Intimidate for 1. Coming in for 6.
And I will block for 3.
Okay, and he'll take 3. So I will not Arsenal, and I will just pass over to you. That's a pretty good opener. It can be obviously far more spectacular, but I'm not complaining about the 5 damage, so.
Alright, and I'm drawing back up. Not what I was looking for. So, yeah, this is actually quite bad. I'm going to play a Ravenous Rebel yellow, revealing a Sigil of Solace. Coming in for 3 with Go again.
I will just block for 3.
And then I will Arsenal and pass.
Okay. So we know he just drew a Sigil, which is pretty good for him. I'll just pitch 2 for a Pack Hunt. So Intimidate, 3, coming in for 6.
I will pass block and go to reactions and play a take cover.
Okay.
So I will take 2.
Sure. And I'll Arsenal and pass.
Alright, my turn. Tunic goes up. I'm going to go ahead and use the cross wrap to opt. I'm going to leave it on top. I am going to activate Azalea. Unfortunately, we've had a couple bad hands in a row. Searing Shot, giving it Dominate.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a Nimblism.
Yep.
And then come in with a Searing Shot for 7 with Dominate.
Sure. I'll take 8.
Alright. I'm going to play a Sigil, going up to 36.
Yep.
And then I will Arsenal and pass.
So we do have a pretty nasty turn right here. So you can just lay your hand out in front.
Okay.
And I'll play a red barraging pitch for Alpha Rampage, so your whole hand's gone, and this is coming in for 17.
Huh. Well, seeing as I have a lot of options here, I think I'm going to take 17.
So that's pretty ideal, considering I was really hoping he wasn't going to have a strong turn, and he didn't, so we will take that damage.
Alright. Well, Tunic's going to go up. I'm going to use the Cross Wrap to opt. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that on top. I'm going to activate Azalea. Moving a Hamstring into the arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
I will pitch 3 to come in with a Hamstring Shot for 5. 2 floating and 3 in hand.
So he has the Dominated Hammy. Not much I can really do about it. It's not the end of the world, but it's still damage that I don't really want to take. So I'll just block for 3.
Alright, I'm going to Snaps.
Okay, so I
I'm gonna
take
go
2.
Yep. I'm going to use a resource to activate Death Dealer, move another Hamstring into the arsenal and draw.
Sure.
Sorry, this is 1 resource floating. I'm going to go ahead and spend that resource and come in with a Hamstring Shot for 5.
Mm-hmm. This one doesn't have Dominate, so I don't really care as much. I just kind of want to block out the damage, so I'll block for 6.
So here I'm seeing that he blocked with reds and yellow. He probably held a blue that he wants to swing a claw. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Tunic resource and Razor going up to 8, which will make his claw cost 4.
Okay, so I'll take 2.
Yep. I'm then going to play a Sigil of Solace, gaining 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then Arsenal a card and pass.
Okay, and then I'll just Arsenal card and pass.
Alright. Tunic goes up. I'm going to use the Cross Wrap to opt. I'm going to leave it there. We're going to activate Azalea. Moving the Take Aim into the arsenal. I will then play a Take Aim, use the Reload. I guess that didn't really matter. I'm going to play a Nimblism.
Yep.
I'm going to pitch to activate Death Dealer, move Remorseless into the arsenal and draw. And then I will I'm going to play a Take Aim.
Okay.
Remorseless for 14. No Dominate, though.
Alright. For 14, not bad. Not quite a 17 to the face, but
No.
still not the worst. So this is actually a pretty subpar hand. I really don't care about throwing it away, so I'll just block for 13 and I'll take 1.
Okay.
So that's awesome because I love seeing him use all of his buffs and not really getting anything off of it. So
Yeah, the
And-
hand wasn't great.
Remorseless is active, but I don't care, so I'll just drop and pass.
Alright. On my turn, Tunic is going to go up. I'm going to pitch 2 to activate Death Dealer. Move a Hamstring into the arsenal and draw.
Mm-hmm.
1 resource floating. And so here... I don't think that's worth it. So I am just going to play an Enlightened Strike for 5 with Go Again.
No block. I'll take 5.
Alright, and then I'm going to come in with a Hamstring Shot for 4.
I'll block for 4 with Skull Cap and Scabs.
Sure. I'm going to Arsenal and pass.
So I took that 5 so I could turn my Skull Cap on so I could have that option to block like that because I'm going to have a pretty potentially big turn here, so I want to make sure I can optimize it, especially since I'm still pretty far ahead in terms of tempo. odds evens. Evens. Pack hunt. Draw 2. And 3. I am going to swing with the claw for 5.
I'm gonna block for 3.
Okay. Taking 2.
Yes.
Sure. And then I will pitch 2 for a claw for 5.
I'm gonna pass block.
Okay.
Go to reactions and use take cover, taking 1.
Sure. Then I will play a Barraging Beatdown, and I'll use my Tunic resource to play a Savage Feast, pitching a Smash Instinct. So intimidate his other 2, draw a card from the Savage Feast, and this is coming in for 10.
All right, I will take 10.
So again, pretty good. I will choose not to Arsenal, and I'll just pass.
All right, start of my turn, Tunic goes up. I am going to pitch to activate Death Dealer, move red in the ledger into the arsenal and draw. That's a bit annoying. Red in the ledger for 5.
Is it dominated? Nope. Okay. I'm not happy about the red in the ledger. It's not really amazing for me, but it's also not the end of the world if I get hit by it. I couldn't really optimally play out a crazy hand next turn anyway, so I think I will just block it out because I'm quite far ahead on damage and I want to make sure I can take it when I can actually optimize a pretty good damage turn. Yeah, so I'll block for 6.
All right, I'm gonna arsenal and pass.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had all red hand and like 4 arrows, so it just doesn't do much.
So I'll just pitch 3 for Cadaver's Contraband, which is something he probably doesn't like seeing, considering I'm so far ahead and he has to block this or I'll get another Blood Rush next turn, which he definitely would not be able to come back from, I don't think.
Yeah, so I'm gonna block for 7,
Okay.
opting 1, and I will. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
No, I lied. Putting it to the bottom.
Okay.
All right.
I'm happy he used a defense reaction from hand rather than from arsenal, so continues to limit his options.
Yeah. All right. Start of the turn. We're gonna use the cross rep to opt.
Okay.
Gonna send it to the bottom.
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate Azalea's ability. Got a Ravenous Rebel.
It's really good for him, but I don't have to worry about
I'm gonna
dominance.
come in with a Ravenous Rebel, revealing a Hamstring. Coming in for 3 with Go Again.
No block, I'll take 3.
All right, and then I'm gonna E-Strike for 7.
That is a lot of damage. I do want to keep applying the pressure though. I know he's going to be drawing into a hamstring shot, which isn't the best for him. I mean, it's also not the worst. I have a pretty bad hand. It kind of comes down to how much, if I want to keep applying pressure and take the damage, which I think is what I want to do. So I will take the 7.
All right, and I will pass the turn.
Okay, my Tunic will go up and I'll pitch 2 reds for Command and Conquer. Again, he can't play defense reactions. He's getting pretty low, so he has to either throw away cards that matter to him or take the damage.
I'll block 6.
Okay, and I'll Arsenal and pass.
All right. In my turn, I am going to pitch 2 for Death Dealer.
Yep.
Draw a card, floating 1. I'm gonna play a Ravenous Rebel. Red, revealing Come to Fight. Coming in for 3 with Go Again.
Okay, so in this scenario, all he really can do is... Did you already use Azalea?
No.
He probably wouldn't. So he's going to come in for the 3 and then the 5, and then I would go down to 3. I have a pretty big turn coming up next turn. So, and I'll be under the Remorseless, but that's not really going to matter too much. So I think I'm just going to kind of go for the kill here. And I don't really care about the damage at this point. So yeah, I'll take the 3.
Okay, 5.
There is some debate here to potentially block this. I will block with the Skull Cap and the Scab Skins, so I'll block 2, so I'll take...
Take 3, going to 5.
Yeah.
Alright, and I will draw it.
So I'll play Barraging. 3. Now I'll pitch a blue to play a Blood Rush. So odds, evens. Evens. Hit that. So I have 2 floating. 2. 2 goes up 3. Draw. I'll claw for 5 or 8.
Block 5.
Okay. Pitch 3 for claw for 5.
Take 5.
And then I have 1 floating, so I'll use the Tunic and that to play Cadaverous Contraband for 6.
And that's it. I can't block that.
So that was just a highly quick game. I mean, I was applying so much pressure between the 17 damage Alpha Rampage and his pretty subpar early game hands. I just really hit a big, strong momentum streak. Still, the damage was pretty close. I mean, I was taking a lot of the damage as well, so I could apply that pressure. But you can still see, even with how well I was applying the pressure, how well Azalea can still throw damage back. So.
And you were under Remorseless at the end of that, right? So technically you're at 2?
Technically, I would have been at 2, which I didn't. Which is why I used these to block, because I knew that I was going to be using at least 3 cards. So I wanted to make sure I had enough headway to not kill myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a decent example of how the game goes. We have a few other games we'll probably submit as well. But if you guys want to see more, or if you want to see more Rhinar or Azalea games, let us know, and we will make sure we post that for you as soon as we can. Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you at the next video.